Hiya, I'm Hayley. I'm 44, and none of this is rehearsed. It's not going to be. I'm not going to write anything down. It's as it comes, basically. But I decided it's about time that I did my own sort of online journal or blog documenting my journey with sort of my weight, lifestyle, and goals. To cut a long story short, I have been much heavier. Um, Up to 2008, I think the heaviest I was 18 stone. I don't tell many people my weight, so I was quite ashamed of it really. And a bit prior to that, I was a healthy 11 and a half stone cyclist, running, very, very fit and healthy, loads of energy. But from 2000 onwards, I got underactive thyroid, personal stress going on at the time, relationship problems. Had a big fuck off energy crash basically. Didn't know what was going on with myself at the doctors for a year. Thyroid never tested, and I just piled a heap of weight on in that time. Just didn't know what was going on at all. Anyway, water under the bridge. 2 kids later, I don't regret my kids, no regrets whatsoever. But what I do regret with hindsight is allowing circumstance and life to put me in a position where I'd lost control. So 2008, I separated from that relationship and weight was still piling on. But I was determined in my head that I was not going to get bigger than 18 stone. There's no way was I getting bigger than that. And in my mindset still, I still see an 11 stone something athletic woman with lots of vitality and energy. I agonised for a long time thinking, well, why can't I be like I was in my 20s? Well, come on, get a grip. You're not going to bring that back. I mean, I've got the wisdom now that I wish I had in my 20s, but it's unrealistic to ever hope or want to go back there. But what you do is you work with what you've got now. And to a large degree, I have done. 2010, after some time on my own, I did meet Martin, a wonderful person. And he was the one who inspired me to get back into fitness because I'd not done any training for like 10 years, apart from bare minimum really. By that time, I'd become very overweight, breathless. Started with arterial fibrillation, asthma, which I still have a bit of asthma now, but it was terrible at the time, just walking up a couple of flights of stairs, breathless. But he's very inspirational because he'd been like 20 stone in weight and he'd got down to weight and he'd never exercised all his life and he started off walking. And I think in that and the health scare in 2010, that got me thinking really. I thought, well, if he can do it, so can I. Why can't I do it? So I just started walking a couple of miles a day, and I've always tried to push myself. Well, not even tried, that's a negative word. I do push myself, and I set myself goals. So it went from struggling with walking, breathlessness. To summarise, I pushed the distance. We both got training together. We were doing long hikes, 20-mile hikes, amazing from 2-mile walks. Running, went on to running. We did our first marathon a couple of years back. So that that was a massive achievement, and I'll be adding some images about that as well, so you can document my journey. So that was my big achievement. Oh, that's very good with cameras. So it's like, ooh, what do I say now? I guess what's hard to say in that time though is Marty got diagnosed with cancer. The last thing we did together was the Chester Marathon, and days after that he had surgery. Cut a long story short, he did get diagnosed with a rare form of cancer, and he passed away by the following March, and he was bedridden from a healthy man getting fit. He just was never able to get out of bed after that. And I will talk more about that as my journey goes on. I just don't, it's just, I don't know. Maybe part of me, I'll shut it out, I'll be honest. Maybe part of me does, because it's a coping mechanism. So 2012 was my peak fitness year. Absolutely, really fit and well. Drawing Weight Watchers in conjunction with doing my training, and got down from 18 stone to just inside 15. It was a huge achievement for me because I never thought I could lose weight. I got in that negative mindset. I thought, only other people lose weight, I don't achieve that. It was a horrible mindset to be in, but in time I did get that focus. I trained hard, and it was a wonderful feeling to be at a healthy weight, with my goal still of around 12 and a half stone, which is still a good healthy weight in mind. And I guess psychologically, it was hard because Martin passed away. It's like I'd lost sense of purpose, really. What was the point of training anymore? I've been used to doing big long runs, long bike rides that, I went out and did 4 or 5 miles. What's that? So I did lose my head. And to a degree, I still have, because last April, I lost my dad to cancer. So, he got to a good age, 87, but it's your dad as a parent at the end of the day. That's, again, I think is a level of me that's blocking it out still. So now I've gone from, just inside 15 stone to today I weighed myself, just had the Christmas period. I'm 16 stone, 13 and a half. So since the back end of 2012 to today, the start of January 2016, I've gained nearly 2 stone back on. I'm not happy about it, but I've not wanted to deal with it, I'll be honest with you. I've not wanted to deal with it. I've shut myself away. I've kept the exercise up to some degree, but nothing like I was, because again I've lost that momentum. But I'm getting my head back around it now, and I'm determined this year I'm going to get back on it. And by the end of this year, and I'm doing a realistic goal, because I'm not putting pressure on myself, because at the end of the day I'm still processing what's happening in my life and still grieving. So I'm not going to put this bollocks pressure on myself that has to be off in 3 months, these fad diets. It's just going to be done with healthy eating and getting active again and moving, and doing what I'm doing on here, tracking my progress. I'm going to do measurements in a minute, because that's something I've not done for a while. And a week at a time, I'll be on here and I'll be giving you an update, and whether it's been good, not so good. There might be the odd clips here and there, contributions from other people, because I'm determined to get back on it. And that's that, simple as that, really. So I'm going to do my measurements on here, because it's going to be news for me what I am. So here we go. So I don't know, I'm pulling that down, that makes a big difference. I'm going to suck myself in somehow, but there you go. Right, so we've got the first measurement, which is the waist, which is, let me see what I am now. Waist, oh God, I can't even see properly. Right, 37-inch waist, so I'm going to write that down. Which, you know what, I'm still happy with that, because when I started out, 2000, when was it now? 2011, when I started training again, I was a 42-inch waist. So I'm still happy enough with 37 inches, of course. That's my crude mind, sorry about that. Yeah, so I'm happy enough with that, because it's not 42 inches, but there's always room for improvement. So inner thighs, what are we on them? Inner thighs, let's see what them inner thighs are. I'm going to do it stood up actually. Inner thighs. Right, 30 inches each. You know what? Some people have waist measurements of that, don't they? But hey, 30 inches. Right, hips. That's a good. It's not easy measuring your own hips, is it? But we'll have a good go. Right, about 48 inches. So 48 hips. 48 hips. And then we got the upper arms, which we have. What we doing? God, this isn't easy, is it? Right. Upper arm. 15 inches. I'm not measuring the other, they're going to be similar. 15 inches. Right. I've just managed to log myself out on my computer, that's not good. Sorry about that, I'm back. I managed to log myself out then. So there you have it. I believe goals should be realistic. Don't set myself, I'm going to be, well, of course, the overall aim is to be 12 stone by the end of this year. But what's the interim goal? You've always got to have a little goal in between. So for me, it's getting back in size 16 stone, so it's £13 off is my interim goal, because a good £8 of that has shot on in the last 2 months or less. And that's because there's a trigger this time of the year, this year and last year and the year before, where I eat a shitload of food. And I know I'm doing it. And I know I'm doing it for comfort. So I'm filling up a bit, but yes I do. I'm not going to beat myself up over that, that's gone. It's good, it happens. It's easy for people to say, if you want to lose weight, eat less, or you're greedy, oh that's a lot of food on your plate. But it's really not that simple. If it was that simple, then you know what, you'd never see an overweight person, would you? We'd all be happy, we'd all be confident, we'd all have the world at our feet, but that's just pie in the sky, isn't it? Yeah, of course we aim to feel like that, but stuff happens along the way. It's simple as that. And for anyone out there who are watching this as well, who does do that kind of thing, who does judge people, because I've been as judgmental with the best of them, believe me, I've done it. But it takes something to happen in your life that makes you realise, actually, you know what, it's not nice. And it isn't nice to judge other people. You don't know what journey they're on. You don't know the backgrounds. You just don't. So, as the saying goes, concentrate on your own gig. And try and be supportive wherever you can. I just love the saying as well, opinions are like arseholes, everybody's got one. You're not going to please everybody, so please yourself. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. And it's not about anybody else, this. It's your personal journey. And if you're doing it for anyone else, to keep anybody else, to keep anyone happy, then I'm sorry, but you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're setting yourself up for failure along the way somewhere, because it has to be in your heart, it has to be what you want for you. For nobody else, it's got to be for you. For you, sorry, I'm not putting there. No, it's got to be for you. Pure and simple. So that's that. So I think we're going to wrap it up. I've done, my latest training is, I've got a static trainer, which I've got from somebody at the cycling club. I've always been down on the ideas of static trainers, to be honest. Martin was a massive fan of them. And he always said to me, if you can't get out and the weather's bad, you could be on your static trainer. Watch a programme, he watches these Keep Fit programmes or inspirational stories, and thought, oh God, yeah, no, I'd rather be out and about. But it's an injury that's actually forced me now to actually look at doing that, because I've torn the ligament in my left heel and I can hardly walk, let alone run, and that's driving me to distraction, because I want to get back into my training. So I've got past the angry stage of having this injury, and you thought, well, you know what, you've got to adapt at the end of the day, find other things to do, and that's it, the static trainer's a way of doing it. It takes the pressure off the back of my foot. I'm in the house because the weather's absolutely shite at the moment here. It's never stopped raining. And funnily enough, I have ended up watching inspirational stories while I'm cycling about people who've achieved weight goals, and to the point that the one I've just watched is inspiring me to do this now. So it's funny really how things come about, and how an injury has made me slow down to think on other things I can do and to reflect. And I think I'm far more likely to be successful in my goals if I document it as I am now. So if I can help any of you lot along the way, then, job's a good one. So that's that. So I'll keep in touch, and whatever you're doing, you stay focused as well. Okay, take care. Bye.